Well, a deadly shooting involving two Charlotte officers bringing up haunting memories of nearly a year ago. Scenes just like what we just saw. We appreciate your time tonight. I'm Colin Mayfield.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. Tonight, a suspect is dead and two CMPD officers are recovering after a shooting this afternoon. Police tell us they were there serving a warrant in this neighborhood. This was the 12,000 block of Headquaters Farm Road. It's in Northeast Charlotte near the Harrisburg area. We are told the officers are expected to be okay.
WCNC has team coverage tonight looking at today's events as well as analysis of recent officer-involved shootings. Also the parallels of today's events to the deadly ambush that happened last April. But first, we start with Siobhan Riley.
Yeah, Northeast Charlotte. And Siobhan, you've been gathering more information on this scene and speaking with neighbors.
Yes, and this has been an active scene for the past 6 hours. You can see I'm counting about 8 squad cars that are still out here on the scene. Very rough for a lot of people we spoke with today. And unfortunately, we were told that kids had to witness this crime scene when they returned home from school. Kids and parents watched their quiet community become the center of a crime investigation in the 12,000 block of Headquaters Farm Road in Northeast Charlotte just before 5 p.m.
It's just a little scary and nerve-wracking. Kids were coming off the school bus and all the parents in the neighborhood were just a little concerned.
Some parents say their children called them after witnessing a massive police presence in their neighborhood.
She called me to come get her from the bus stop. Yeah. And I'm just getting here and seeing all this. Just thank God she's safe, you know.
During a press conference, CMPD Police Chief Johnny Jennings said constant checks on where the suspect might be located led officers to this neighborhood.
This isolated incident does not need to reflect on this community, and that the individual certainly was responded in a sense that he did not want to go to jail and didn't want officers to apprehend him, and that's the result of it.
Kalina Holiday says she heard about 5 gunshots. Sounds she's not used to hearing in her community that she considers safe.
Even in the best neighborhoods, things can happen, so it's a little scary.
And Chief Jennings says there is an indication to believe that someone may have been in the home the time of that shooting. And Chief Jennings also says that when officers arrived, there was an exchange of gunfire. Even as we've been standing out here for the past 10 minutes, we are seeing more officers coming to this scene. We'll be sure to keep you updated. Live in Northeast Charlotte, Siobhan Riley, WCNC Charlotte.
Siobhan, thank you. Let's continue our team coverage tonight. Of course, the shooting taking just moments, but it is bringing back unpleasant and really painful memories for those on the force. WCNC Charlotte's Austin Walker's live from CMPD headquarters. Austin, what did Chief Johnny Jennings have to say earlier today?
Yeah, so talking with the chief, obviously he was somber about this, saying that 2 of his officers were shot. Thankfully, they're going to be okay. But this comes just less than a year after 4 officers were shot and killed serving a warrant, the same thing his officers were doing today. He says it's a call that nobody wants to get. A crowd of people gather as dozens of officers flood a Northeast Charlotte neighborhood, watching a violent scene unfold.
And it's unfortunate that we're standing here talking to you today about this.
One that leaves CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings working to catch his breath.
It just sinks your heart there for a bit.
Just after 4:45 Friday, CMPD says officers were working to serve a warrant on a violent suspect on the 12,000 block of Headquaters Farm Road. Jennings says the suspect fired at officers, striking them.
But they were hitting areas that it's not going to be life-threatening for them. They are at the hospital at this time.
The officers firing back, killing the suspect.
Any life taken, whether it's a suspect shooting at us or whether it's our officers, you never want to see that.
This scene comes less than a year after 4 law enforcement agents were ambushed, also trying to serve a warrant, the 4 dying by gunfire. The chief understanding the concerns some officers might have.
It's something that our officers face every single day, that when they're trying to do their job, and it's unfortunate. You never want this outcome.
But a sigh of frustration met with a sigh of relief.
Thank God the officers are going to be okay. They're going to have a full recovery.
Knowing the feeling of losing an officer hits close to home for this department and this community. Yeah, so thankfully those 2 officers are going to be okay right now, checked in through the hospital. Now, right now, we do not know the names of those 2 officers or the suspect that was killed, but CMPD says they will be releasing that information soon at this time. Other than that, we also were curious about how many officer-involved shootings were within the last 6 months here in Charlotte, so we looked at CMPD's database. Unfortunately, that data was not available for us, and it was also not updated. So from our reporting, we are seeing in the last 6 months, there have been 6 officer-involved shootings. For now, we are live in Uptown. Austin Walker, WCNC Charlotte.